Hi, everyone. Welcome again to IV English. I'm Bruce.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Wesley.
We'll start the three of us. We have 5 programs for you this month. And the first one is for May 3rd, our 2 short news articles. And here's the first one's title. New Zealand government announces new sweeping ban on cigarettes.
So sweeping is an interesting word, and it's really commonly seen with ban. Sweeping is not like you're getting the dust off your floor, but it's the same motion. When you sweep something, it's like a long, smooth motion. And so we use it to say that it's a very comprehensive or complete something or other. So a sweeping ban is a very complete ban on cigarettes.
好，这个地方这个 sweeping 这个字呢，它本来是扫地的意思。那 sweeping 在这里变形容词啊，它的意思就是大规模的，好，或者是影响很大的。那刚刚 Angela 老师讲说，我们这个地方的意思就 comprehensive 啊，这个字是这样拼的 ，comprehensive 啊。那或者是 complete 的意思，那中文就是我们刚刚讲大规模的，影响很大的 affecting many people or things 或者是它会有一个很重要的 making an important difference 所以这是 sweeping 的意思。那它常常跟 ban 放在一起用，那我们也常常有时候会讲 sweeping reforms 就是那个大规模的改革reform S 或者 sweeping changes 就是大规模的改变。好，那我们这个中文标题呢是纽西兰政府大刀阔斧实现无烟世代。
Okay, I'll read the 3 paragraphs here, and then we'll go back, as we always do, sentence by sentence to explain them. Government officials in New Zealand have recently announced a plan to prevent anyone born after 2008 from smoking. The legal age at which people are allowed to smoke will also increase by 1 year for each year thereafter. There have been mixed reactions to this proposal from a variety of groups. Health experts and doctors around the world have overwhelmingly praised it, since they know best that tobacco products are addictive and harmful to people. Other groups warn that such strict regulations could result in a black market for tobacco. Despite the mixed reactions, government officials have stated that they are determined to reduce the smoking rate in New Zealand from the current 13% to 5% as quickly as possible.
I wonder, does this include vaping products? Because if so, then it will be successful, and if not, it won't.
好，那 Angela 老师提到一个 vaping V-A-P-I-N-G 那其实就是指电子烟因为电子烟其实比香烟危害还要更大因为它里面含有很多人工色素还有很多不同的各种各样的化学物质，非常的对人体有很大的害处
Okay, so government officials, people who work for the government in New Zealand, be careful with officials and officers. Officers are only for people who are in like the military or the police or
customs
or like anybody who has like a role that they're required to wear a uniform with little stars on it. Those would be the officers. And the officials are anybody who represents a government, and they usually wear suits. Okay, so government officials in New Zealand have recently announced a plan to prevent anyone born after 2008 from smoking.Good. I'm so pleased with this.
OK, 好，所以呢，这个政府官员 government officials， 那刚刚 Angela 老师提醒大家这个 officials 跟 officers 是不一样的。officer 通常我们讲是军官通常是有阶级的那至少他有穿制服，好像警察也可以是有 officer。那 officials 就是官员他可能是穿西装的不是穿制服的。好，所以政府官员呢，在纽西兰，也就是纽西兰政府官员呢，最近 recently 他们 announced 宣布了一个 plan 一个计划，这个计划要 prevent 看到这个 prevent 我们就知道它是 prevent somebody from doing something， 就是让某人不要做某事。那这里这个 somebody 是谁呢？是 prevent anyone born after 2008任何在2008年之后出生的人。那 from 不让他们做什么呢？不让他们 smoking 就是让2008年以后出生的任何人呢都不可以让他们吸烟，叫做 prevent anyone born after 2008 from smoking。
The legal age at which people are allowed to smoke will also increase by 1 year for each year thereafter.
Which is hilarious because, like, every year you'll turn the age and then you won't be able, you'll just miss it. You can never catch up.
Right. Okay, the legal age. This refers to how old you are before you can do something or not do something. And the idea of this law is not all at once will a certain age of young people be able or not be able to do something. If you like smoking and you are 18 years old this year, no problem, because the bill or the plan is to outlaw smoking, to make smoking illegal for the next generation. Those who are already 18 and above, this plan will not affect them. Those who are aged 14 years old now in New Zealand in 2022, 3 years from now they'll be 17, and from that age, less than 18, they will never be allowed to buy tobacco because the law will increase by 1 year every year after that. We use the adverb here, thereafter. It just means after that date. So in 2025, if you're already 18 years old, no sweat, no problem. If you're under that age, you will never be allowed to smoke.
好，所以这个句子呢，其实要理解它，大概还是需要一点背景知识哈。这个首先他看到 the legal age 就是合法的年龄啊 ，at which 那个 which 就是指那个 age。好，所以合法年龄啊，在这个年龄 people are allowed to smoke， 你被允许可以抽烟的这个合法年龄啊，会 increase 会增加 by 1 year for each year， 所以每隔1年就会增加1年啊 thereafter 就是 after that， 也就是 after 这个法律成为，如果他真的立法成功的话，他要从2025年开始实施啊。所以换句话说呢，如果说你今年14岁或者是14岁以下的话，那你以后大概没有办法抽烟了啊，因为你今年14岁，到了2025年的时候呢，你17岁，那个时候呢，法律就会改成合法抽烟的年龄变成19岁。那你永远改不上啊，因为等到你18岁的时候呢，那法律又加了1年啊，所以你永远改不上。换句话说，你如果今年是14岁或者不到14岁，在纽西兰以后你就没有办法抽烟了啊。那这个法律它的定法是这样子。
But using my students as a very limited sample, they're not interested in smoking anyways. They think it's gross.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
现在已经很多人青少年觉得吸烟是不好的事情，所以很好啊。
So there have been mixed reactions to this proposal from a variety of groups. Mixed reactions is a fantastic way of saying that some people are really against it, some people are really for it, some people don't really care. It's, mixed. The reactions are mixed. There's many different kinds of reactions from many different kinds of people.
好，所以各位这个句子很好用哈。There have been mixed reactions to something 啊。然后后面他还交代说是 from a variety of groups， 从不同的群体会有一些不同的反应。所谓的 mixed reactions 就是反应不一啊，那也就褒贬不一，有人赞成，有人反对，有人根本不管啊。那另外要注意到这个 reactions to 那个介词是 to， 那 to this proposal 就是这个提案。换句话说，这一句话很简单，意思就是说对于这个提案的反应不一啊，而且是来自不同群体的反应不一。
Health experts and doctors around the world have overwhelmingly praised it since they know best that tobacco products are addictive and harmful to people. So one group that we just mentioned, a variety of groups, would include health experts, that's health professionals, including doctors, nurses, and so on, around the world, have overwhelmingly, this means close to, if not 100%, praised it. They think it's a great idea since they know best, they know very well that tobacco products are addictive. The first one is free, and after that you can't stop smoking or drinking something or taking drugs and so on.
It's not just physically addictive, it's mentally addictive. That's the hardest part. You can be over the physical addiction and still be craving cigarettes mentally for years after.
And they are harmful to people. It's not, you don't eat the tobacco, you smoke it. And the smoke contains the nicotine, and smoke itself is not good for you.
But there's also lots of chemicals in it that they use. They, for instance, put saltpeter in this tobacco so that it won't stop burning. The reason why cigarettes never go out is the saltpeter.
Oh.
And so you're breathing in saltpeter, which is not good at all for you.
好，那刚刚这个 Angela 提到一个叫做硝酸钾，potassium nitrate 它的拼法呢是 POTASSIUM， 然后另外一个是 NITRATE， 所以其实香烟里面呢是含有除了这个尼古丁之外，还有很多有害的化学物质啊。好，那所以我们看到这个句子，他说 health experts 就是健康专家，然后呢还有医生们 doctors around the world， 全世界的健康专家跟医生们，他们是怎么样 overwhelmingly 就是排山倒海地 praised it 赞扬这个决定。Since 是因为呢 they know best that 他们最清楚，他们最知道底下这件事情。什么事情呢？就是 tobacco products 烟草的产品tobacco 就是烟草产品呢 are addictive 就是它会让人上瘾的那刚刚 Angela 讲到这个除了生理上面会上瘾之外，还有心理上也会上瘾，而且呢他们是 harmful to people 对人有害。
Other groups warn that such strict regulations could result in a black market for tobacco. The translation of this sentence is, if people can't buy it legally, they will find reasons to buy it illegally. Or methods to buy it illegally. I'm going to say that this happening in New Zealand is going to make it easier than someplace like the United States, what has really long, porous borders.
好，这个 porous borders 当然就是边界，那 porous 就是有孔有洞的，就是很容易穿透的意思。它的拼法是 POROUS。好，所以我们看到这个句子呢，他说这个其他的一些团体 warn that 他们警告说，这样子 such 如此 strict 是严格的 regulation 是规定 could 是可能会 result in 可能会造成或者是导致 a black market 一个黑市for tobacco。 因为如果说合法买不到，那就只有用到黑市上面去买，反而会造成黑市的产生。
Despite the mixed reactions, government officials have stated that they are determined to reduce the smoking rate. They want fewer and fewer people to be involved in smoking, mainly for the health reasons, from the current 13% to 5% as quickly as possible. That doesn't sound like very many people. 13% is maybe 1 out of 6 or 1 out of 7 people. 5% is 1 out of 20. But if those people get sick, they can die early and often in great pain.
好，所以呢 despite the mixed reactions 尽管有这个不同的反应，那政府的官员 have stated that 他们宣布，他们说了 they are determined to be determined to 就是下定决心要做一件事情。他们下定决心要做什么事情呢？要 reduce 减少或者降低 the smoking rate 就是吸烟率，他们要降低纽西兰的吸烟率。从什么样降到什么样呢？从 the current 就是目前的 13% to 降到 5%， 而且他们希望能够尽快达到 as quickly as possible.
Okay, let's turn now to our second short article called Turning Hand Warmers into Water Purifiers.
好，我们的中文标题是暖暖包再利用成净化水质的神奇小物。
Okay, please listen carefully as I read through the 3 paragraphs. After taking over ownership of his family's convenience store, Takashi Yamashita quickly noticed a large amount of waste being produced at the store. Deeply bothered by this, Yamashita founded the Go Green Group with the goal of improving the environment. Yamashita learned that one of the main materials used in the disposable hand warmers sold at his convenience store could also be used to purify water. Through trial and error, Yamashita finally developed the Go Green Cube, which can slow algae growth, reduce foul odors, and break down slime when placed in a body of water. People in Japan can now send their used hand warmers to the Go Green group, where they will find new lives as water purifiers. This not only helps reduce waste, but also helps to clean up the environment.
Okay, so after taking over ownership of his family's convenience store, if you take over ownership of something, it means that the ownership gets passed on to you. You are now the owner. Usually this happens through a sale, but sometimes it happens through inheritance or through just transferring the ownership within a family. So this man became the owner of his family's convenience store, and his name is Takashi Yamashita. And after doing this, he quickly noticed the large amount of waste being produced at the store. Convenience stores are convenient, so everything is packaged in tiny packaging, and that's one of the many reasons why convenience stores produce a lot of waste.
好，所以呢，这里讲到说，在他 taking over ownership 就是接下了所有权。好，在他接下了所有权，什么的所有权呢？他家或者家庭的家族的这个 convenience store 便利超商啊，所以他接手家族便利超商啊这个所有权之后呢，那这个叫山下崇啊这位先生啊，山下崇先生呢 quickly 很快的就 noticed 注意到 the large amount of waste 就是大量的废弃物 waste 就是废弃物，这个废弃物怎么样？是 being produced at the store， 他就注意到他的这个便利超商所产生的大量的废弃物。
Deeply bothered by this, Yamashita was deeply bothered by. It troubled him that his store was making so much waste. So he founded the Go Green group. If you found something, you have an idea to start a group or a program or a policy of something. And what was the goal? What is the purpose of this group? To improve the environment, to make an environment with less waste.
好，那一开始这个分词构句 deeply bothered by this， bothered 就是被困扰，所以这个分词的意思就是深受其扰之下啊。深受其扰之下呢，山下他 founded 他成立了 the Go Green Group， 然后呢成立的时候 with the goal of 就是他的目标是什么 goal 是目标，那目标就是 of 后面的受词，也就是 improving the environment， 他要改善环境。好，那因为 with the goal of 是介词，所以 improve 记得要加 ing。
Yamashita learned that one of the main materials used in the disposable hand warmers that were sold at his convenience store, he learned that these materials could also be used to purify water. It's an interesting coincidence.
好，所以呢，山下 learned that 他得知 one of the main materials 啊，主要的这个材料啊，或者是这个材质哈。那这个材料怎么样？材料呢是 which were used in the disposable hand warmers， 这 which were 省略掉了，就是用在那个 disposable 抛弃式的 hand warmers， 就是暖暖包。所以他知道说，在可抛式的暖暖包里面所用的材料，那这些暖暖包怎么样？后面再加一个这个形容词子句来修饰它。这个 hand warmers which were sold at his convenience store 啊，所以是他店里面卖的这些暖暖包里面所用的主要的材料。这句话的动词现在才出现 could also be used， 它还是同时也可以被用来干嘛呢？ To purify water 啊，这个 to 是表示目的的，可以用来目的是 purify 净化 water 水质。
Through trial and error. That means he had to try many different ways to do something. Sometimes he did not make any progress or made mistakes, and sometimes he was successful. Yamashita finally developed the Go Green Cube. This was something that he wanted to make in order to improve the environment, and this cube can slow algae growth, reduce foul odors, and break down slime when placed in a body of water. Algae is the green stuff that will grow in water that doesn't move. Foul odors, foul is bad smelling. Odor is bad smelling. So foul odor is something that you definitely don't want to be near. And it breaks down slime. Slime is quite similar to algae. It's often green or brown in color. It's a kind of plant, but you don't want to use water that has had slime or algae in it because you could get sick, even just washing with it, rather, not to mention drinking it. So the cube is placed in a body of water, maybe in a bucket, a pail, something like that, and then it goes to work.
好，那我们看到这个地方他说 through 透过 trial and error 就是反复试验啊，或者另外一个翻译叫做试错法，试试看这个有没有错啊。trial and error 就是试试看不对再换下一个方法。好，那透过反复试验呢，山下最后终于 developed 开发了啊，这个叫做 the Go Green Cube。那这个东西呢 which 就是指这个 the Go Green Cube， 它可以怎么样 slow 可以减缓 algae growth 就是藻类的生长，同时它可以 reduce 减少 foul odors 就是恶臭啊 odor 通常就是臭味了，那 foul 就是很糟糕的啊，让你很不舒服的，我们常常讲 foul weather 啊，天气很差的话你可以用 foul weather， 或者某人你可以说 to be in a foul mood 他心情很不好啊，那脏话讲脏话骂脏话 foul language 啊，都是或者我们这里讲的 foul smell 就是也是恶臭的意思啊，那反正 foul odors 各位记起来就是恶臭，它可以减少恶臭，然后它可以 break down 可以分解 slime 我们把它翻成黏液。好，那 when placed in 当它被放到一个 a body of water 通常是指 a large area of water， 但在这里其实就只要是有一块水啊，就是可能是一个容器里面的水或怎么样啊，那都可以算作在这里都可以算作 a body of water。So
people in Japan can now send their used hand warmers to the Go Green Group, where they will find new lives as water purifiers. That's a nice way of reuse.
Yeah, 所以现在呢，日本的人他们可以 send 就是送，把他们 used 用过的 hand warmers 这个暖暖包送到哪里去呢？送到的 Go Green Group。然后呢 where 就是指在 Go Green Group 这个地方呢 they will find they 就是指用过的暖暖包，他们会找到什么 new lives 新的生命，也就是他们会重获新生啊 as water purifiers， 他们重获新生之后的身份是水的净化剂 water purifiers。
This not only helps reduce waste but also helps to clean up the environment. This refers to the first sentence, the sentence we just read and explained, that by sending the hand warmers to the Go Green Group, they will be able to use them not as hand warmers, that's gone, but they can become water purifiers. And of course, if you purify water, that or this not only helps reduce waste because the used hand warmers are not just thrown away, but also helps to clean up the environment. It will purify water, and I don't know if there's anything more valuable than water.
Yeah, 好，所以呢 this 就是指上一句所说的这个事实啊，他们可以重获新生变成 water purifiers， 所以这不但可以帮助 helps reduce waste 减少废弃物， but also 也可以 helps to 也可以帮忙怎么样 clean up the environment， 可以清洁或者是清理我们的环境。
Okay, that's it for today's program. Hope you enjoyed and learned something with us. We'll be back 4 more times this month. I'm really excited by how many times we get to share with you this month. Until the next time,
bye-bye.